All right, here we go. There are, I don't know, dozen different ways you could be taught how to convert metric to metric measurements. I'm using this way because it is so simple, it's almost embarrassing. Now, if you learn some other way, let's say you took this course before, things didn't work out, well, sorry, and you're back again. And with some other teacher, if you learn some other way to do this and you're okay with that, we'll use that method. But if you don't know how to do this, this is, I think, the easiest way there is to convert metric to metric measurements. By saying that, here's what I mean. Let's say you have a pill. There's a pill right there, and it says, 0.5 grams. That pill weighs 0.5 grams, okay? But I need to know, that's equal to, that's a question mark, how many milligrams? And how many milligrams is 0.5 grams the same thing as? Again, 0.5 grams equals how many milligrams? Well, now we're going to start simple. We'll get harder. That won't be easy, but I'm going to try to get harder. So here's what we're doing. And here's where, when I have a class in front of me, I like to ask, point out somebody, embarrass you, and say, okay, if you're where you are right now, let's say you're at your house looking at these videos and thinking, man, what a waste of my time. I could be doing something useful. But you leave here and you want to go visit a friend. So you're leaving where you are right now and you're going to head in the direction where you're trying to go. Let's say your friend lives 3 miles due east. Well, so you're right here. When you leave here, you're going to go where? 3 miles that way. Okay, on the chart. Where's this? 0.5 grams. Well, doesn't matter how many. Where's grams? Well, it's right there. There's grams. So that's where I am. That's where I am right now. Where am I trying to get to? I'm trying to get to milligrams. So if I'm right here right now at grams, I'm trying to get over here to milligrams. How far is it from here to here? Well, it's 1, 2, it's 3 somethings, 3 little hops to get there. In other words, all I'm doing, you ready for this? All you have to do to convert this number, 0.5 grams, to convert that into milligrams, is move the dot 3 places, 1, 2, 3, to the right. Because I'm going from here to here, that's right, and I'm going 1, 2, 3 little hops to get there. So, there's that number. Now I move the dot to the right 1, 2, 3 places. Of course, I got to put in some zeros there to take up the space. The dot ends up right there. Well, what is that number? 500. So what do we have here? 500 milligrams is the very same thing as 0.5 grams. The caution here, in a whole number. You don't put the dot there. If I were to ask you, how old are you? You say, I'm 18 years old. You wouldn't say I'm 18 years old with a dot there. So, just 18, 500. So, you see what we did? I hope you did. 0.5 grams, we're converting that to milligrams. I know how many of these I've got. I'm trying to find out how many of these I've got. That's where milligrams is. I merely move the dot to the right 3 places. Now, I'm going to do a whole bunch of these until you're sick and tired of this. Of course, you're already sick and tired. I know that, but that's just tough. Let's do this one. I've got some pill that weighs 650 milligrams, but I need to know how many grams is that. Well, now, again, where is what I know? I know how many milligrams. Where is that on the chart? Well, it's right here. There's milligrams. I'm trying to find what? Why, here. So I'm here right now. Which way am I trying to go? To the left. How far left? 1, 2, 3. I'm jumping 3 jumps to the left. All I've got to do is take this number, 650, and move the dot to the left. 3 decimal places. No, wait, where's the dot? There's no dot. There's a dot. Of course, there's a dot. On a whole number, the dot is on the far right. Like I said, with number 18, a whole number, the dot, the decimal point is on the far right. So, I'm moving that dot 3 little jumps to the left. I go 1, 2, 3. The dot ends up right there. Now remember our two zero rules. What must I do with zeros? I must put a 0 there to the left of the dot, and I drop that 0 right there. Don't put extra zeros. So what's my final answer? 0.65 grams is the same thing as 650 milligrams. I'm moving the dot to the right or to the left a certain number of little jumps. Keep going now. I've got this pill. Your patient is taking some thyroid medication. She had her thyroid gland removed, and she's taking some 125 microgram tablets. Each tablet has 125 micrograms of thyroid hormone. But I need to know, for some reason, I don't know why, how many milligrams is that? Well, on the chart, what do I know I've got? I know how many micrograms I've got. That's here. I'm trying to find how many milligrams I've got. So if I know how many of these, but I'm trying to find how many of these, which way do I go? Left. How far do I go? 1, 2, 3. I jump the dot 3 decimal points to the left. Well, here we go. Like you said before, that's a whole number. Where's the dot? I don't know. Yes, I know. It's right there. And I go, how far? How many jumps? 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. The dot ends up right there. Now watch out here. I must put a 0 there. I discussed this before. Here's the rule. This rounding off to 2 or 1 or whatever it is when you divide two numbers out. If I divide 3 divided by 7 and I get 0. Blah, 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 it goes on and on and on, I have to round it off. In that case, the less than 1, I round off to 2 places. But I'm not dividing a number here. I'm not dividing something by something. I'm merely moving decimals. So here is an exception to that rounding off rule. If I'm merely moving the decimal point left or right, and I end up more than 2 places, leave it that way. Because I know this is the exact answer to this. 125 micrograms is the same thing as 0.125 milligrams. So you catch what I'm saying? Do not round this off. Of course, if you did round this off to 2 places, you call it 0.13, but don't do that. I'm going to say this one more time, because some of y'all are going to go to A&M, you're Aggies at heart. So the rounding off to 2 places, if it's less than 1, is only when you divide a number by something else and it goes on and on and on. I'm not doing that here. If you're merely moving the decimal place left or right, don't round off to 2 places. Leave the entire number as it is, even if there's out there to thousands. Now I'm going to have to erase all this and do some more. I'm going to do a few more. You're going to get the hang of this whether you want to or not. So we'll stop here, go take a potty break or get you something to drink, or go get a piece of pecan pie or something. Come back for more exciting stuff in just a while. You got to get this down.